I came to Italy first when I was 18 in 1968 as part of my university, to come back 50 years later to have an exhibition in the context of the Uffizi. I want to bring the body back into art, but I want it to be in a very different way to the great Leonardo's, Michelangelo's. Italy remains the most extraordinary example of the integration of art into life. The wealth of this one family, the Medici, in a way was uncontainable and kind of blessed the whole town with sculpture. And then this collection must be one of the most important collections of Renaissance art. There are 3 works that are in the collection of the Uffizi. They were made like 20 years apart. There is one that stands on the parapet that looks out towards the horizon. In the context of the Uffizi and this historic and very magnificent architecture, to reassert human scale, but not seen on the common ground of human experience, but now against the infinity of space. There's a similar work that is inside, surrounded by some Roman copies of Greek originals. And it turns its back on the collection and looks towards the river, towards the distance. This was just a way of asking, what is the relationship between the beauties of culture and the elemental world? We often can feel, particularly in a digital age, that we are always, in a way, surrounded by and trapped by our culture. I find that very touching, that people either want to copy the work or somehow hug it. Here is an iron object that is very different from us, but then it looks like us. With the Hermaphrodite, I thought it was extraordinary to find this work that is so contemporary on one level. 100 years ago, the acceptance of your biological sexuality, that was a given. But now we have an increasing phenomenon of people saying, my genetic sexuality has nothing to do with what I actually feel. And I thought I would like to have a dialogue between sex and death. Hermaphrodite is lifted on a plinth and then make this work that was to do with the relation with the earth, is a body that is falling to pieces in a way. Lying on its front, sexuality doesn't matter. The body is a temporary aggregation of cells. This is a space apart. There is a real consistency between room and passage. Room you can't go in, and this is just a set of my clothes opened to the shape and scale of a room. With the idea here is an arena, like a boxing rink, which is the space of life. And then passage is being made into the silhouette of a body. You actually can get in it as a journey into darkness. In my life, I've tried a lot of things, but always with this idea of how can we bring the body back less as an object than a place onto which we can project our thinking and feeling. But at the same time, I wanted to give the viewer the freedom to engage or deny engagement. The being of the viewer is the subject of the work. Real first-hand experience in time and space can be concentrated through sculpture as a still and silent object. And through it, perhaps you get a sense of your own being. That's my hope.